Jayson Tatum is undoubtedly one of the NBA's top superstars. At just 26 years old, he's already a 5-time All-Star, an Olympic gold medalist, and an NBA champion. But even with all these accomplishments, Jayson has plenty of reasons to still be hungry for more success. Despite his brilliance, he's been underappreciated over the past year. Last season, he put up great numbers while leading the Celtics to a league-best 64 wins, yet he wasn't taken seriously as an MVP candidate. Usually being the best player on the best team makes you one of, if not the top candidate, yet Tatum didn't even finish top 5 in MVP voting. He also missed out on the finals MVP. He had a very good finals, even dropping 31 points, 11 boards, and 8 assists in the closeout game, yet he missed out on the award. To add insult to injury, Tatum got benched in the Paris Olympics, which had to be extremely humbling for him. Recently, Tatum has shown that he's not complacent and still extremely motivated to take his game to the next level. Not too long ago, he said he wants to win the MVP award after getting benched in the Olympics. He also said at a recent press conference he doesn't think he's peaked.
At 26 and I guess as accomplished as I am, I just always feel like overall I can still get better. I'm not at, you haven't seen like the best version of Jayson Tatum.
The fact that Tatum wants to keep getting better should be great news for Celtics fans. But how good is Tatum actually, and how does he move higher in the superstar ranks? Let's talk about it. But first, we gotta discuss BetUS. Guys, betting on games with BetUS makes watching the NBA more fun and engaging because you can bet on games, and if you're right, you can cash out. With the season about to start, you can also make predictions on what you think will happen, and if you're correct, you can make some money. Tatum seems extremely motivated to win the MVP, so I'm gonna bet he takes home the award. If you sign up, use the code YouTube150 and receive 150% sign-up bonus of up to $2,000. Now back to Tatum. As good as he was over the Celtics' run to the 2024 championship, he faced a lot of criticism in the playoffs for his poor shooting. While it is true that Tatum didn't shoot it well in the playoffs, he still had a great impact on winning thanks to his passing, defense, and rebounding. First, let's talk about his playmaking. Tatum averaged a career high in assists per game last season at 5 per game. Tatum was always a good scorer, but recently he's become a much more unselfish player. While in years past, Tatum would force up difficult shots over multiple defenders, now he's much more willing to dish it to the open man. The pressure that Tatum puts on the rim creates a lot of assist opportunities for him. Thanks to his quickness and tight handle, he gets in the paint at will, and he's become a devastating finisher once he gets to the basket. He's become incredibly strong, allowing him to absorb contact, maintain his balance, and still finish. He's also got serious hops, so he could put defenders on a poster.
White to Tatum. Tatum now drives, and Tatum on exclamation point.
Because Tatum is such a deadly slasher, this forces multiple defenders into the paint, allowing him to create open shots for his teammates. And Boston has done a great job of surrounding Tatum with great shooters, so he can easily punish help defense by kicking the ball out to the open man. And he can get creative with his passes, like this behind the back pass to Al Horford for the corner 3. He could also make good passes in tight angles. Notice how this drive draws 4 Mavericks into the paint, and Tatum makes the nice bounce pass to Al Horford for the dunk. He also sets up his teammates a lot with the 2-man game. On this play, Holiday screens and slips, and notice how both defenders go to Tatum, allowing him to find Holiday with the beautiful pass and the nice layup. Here we get the same play for Sam Hauser. Hauser screens for Tatum, Tatum draws 2 and quickly finds Hauser, who knows what to do with it from here, and he drains the 3-ball. Because Tatum is such a good playmaker, this allows him to control games even when his shot isn't falling. Not only is Tatum a great offensive player, but he also has a big impact on the defensive end. He's an amazing man-to-man defender. He's got quick feet to stay in front of driving players and force up difficult contested shots. And even if blown by, Tatum is a great recovery defender, so he can block shots from behind. He's also got very quick hands, so get sloppy with your handle, and Tatum is picking your pockets and turning that into a layup or a dunk on the other end of the court. He's also good enough to more than hold his own when he has to defend an all-star. Throughout the Celtics championship run, Tatum didn't always get the toughest defensive assignment, but when he was switched onto stars like Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving, he was able to shut them down. The most overlooked part of his game is probably his rebounding. Tatum averaged 10 rebounds per game in last year's playoffs. He puts in a lot of effort boxing out and going for those boards. A defensive possession always ends with a rebound, so his hard work on the glass helps Boston to secure those stops. Also, Boston typically plays small, and a usual trade-off of small lineups is giving up offensive rebounds since you're playing with smaller players. But Tatum's hard work on the glass helps Boston to get the offensive benefits from playing with small lineups while not getting beat on the glass. Overall, Tatum has become a great all-around player, but how does he take his game to that next level and win MVP and Finals MVP? I think a big part of it will be improving his shooting percentage. A big reason Tatum's efficiency was so poor in the playoffs was his poor shooting from the outside. Throughout the entire postseason, Tatum was in a slump where even the open looks weren't falling down. Tatum is normally a good shooter, and I'm sure as long as he keeps putting the work in, next playoffs these open looks will knock down. But I also think he can improve his shot selection. Too often last season, Tatum would settle for difficult contested threes instead of looking to attack the rim. Here's a perfect example. The Mavericks switch this pick and roll and Tatum ends up with Luka on him. On this play, I'd like to see Tatum attack the much slower Luka and get to the basket, but instead, he shoots a contested three ball that misses badly. Again, with a much slower Luka on him, you'd like to see Tatum attack Luka, but instead, he takes another contested three that misses. If Tatum was to convert these bad step back threes into strong drives to the hoop, I'm sure it would make him a much better player. More drives to the rim would lead to easier baskets, more trips to the foul line, and more chances to set up his teammates for open shots. This would lead to his scoring, assisting, and shooting percentages going up. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying Tatum needs to completely eliminate step back threes from his game. The step back three is a great weapon that helps him to get a shot off no matter the circumstance, and he's more than capable of making these in. But when he chooses to shoot a step back three instead of attacking a slower defender, he's bailing the defense out. Tatum is a great player, but the top superstars in the NBA force their wills on the opponent and don't settle for bad shots unless it's at the very end of the shot clock. Tatum can be a dominant inside player when he chooses to embrace attacking the rim. If Tatum were to take less bad shots and attack the basket more, I think this could be the key to him reaching top 5 status in the NBA and maybe even winning the MVP award. The fact that there's so much room for growth with Jayson Tatum should scare the rest of the league, because the Celtics pretty much breezed their way to last year's championship, and that was with Jayson Tatum being in a slump throughout the entire playoffs. If Jayson Tatum brings his game to another level, then that's going to make the Celtics an even deadlier team, and they already just had one of the most dominant runs in league history. But now I want to hear from you guys. Where do you rank Jayson Tatum amongst the NBA stars? Do you think he could win MVP and Finals MVP next season? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to catch you all next video.